Like your nice sneakers.
Thank you. It's Gucci. What's going on with you? You look well. What's happening with you?
I am very well, thank you.
What have you been up to?
Not too much at all, just praying mostly.
Well, the time Shaka Zulu blood in your vein?
Yes, of course. Of course. Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
That Shaka Zulu blood is in my vein.
First of all, you look well, you look good. You look good.
You too. You know who is Shaka Zulu?
Who's Shaka Zulu? There was
the greatest African warrior.
A warrior, yeah.
Yeah, he invented, you know what was his invention?
What was his invention?
You really don't know that?
You tell me I could...
a special spear for war that nobody knew of before.
Oh, you have the spear for war?
I have one, yes.
But you think you're ready?
Yeah, I always ready.
I feel you just talking this talk. I want to rile up everybody and make everybody feel. I won't tell you what you remind me of, but nevertheless, all these riots and things going on in Portsmouth, why don't call your boys and them and deal with them?
Who is that?
No, but call the fellas and them and tell them to cool down, to pat down a little bit.
But I don't know if have any riots going on in Portsmouth.
Only but I see shooting, exchange of gunfire. How do you describe that, sir?
Well, it is some social unrest, I would say. That is the best word I could find, some social unrest. And I think the powers that we need to address the social conditions of the people. That, yes.
But you made a statement a while ago that I realize it's circulating on all social media that if somebody else should be killed, you would know how to act.
No, I never made such a statement. I don't make statements like that. That's a very irresponsible statement.
Like a what?
Very irresponsible.
But what is the statement that is circulating right now? You tell me.
I have no idea. Maybe you could tell me. I have no idea.
How was your son doing?
But he's very good. He just finished prayer and he went to the funeral today of one of the people in Movad, and he just finished prayer and I think he left.
Do you think your son is being treated fairly?
Under the circumstances, no. I don't think he's being treated fairly because the evidence will show from the footage that, what he's accused of, he never did. So it is unfair to do that, to say that he did things that he did not do.
Do you think that he's being treated unfairly because of your previous action?
Are you a law-abiding citizen? It's a simple question I ask you.
Well, I would like to believe so.
Okay, so you believe in the rule of law?
Yeah.
Well, in 1990 there was a process of the rule of law.
Remember, people died, and the Veens and police and all kind of thing died. A prime minister was shot in the Red House when he said attack with full force. You came out with the insurgents and them with firearm in the air, all kind of thing.
It seemed like you have you don't have any respect for history, do you?
I have respect for history, sir. I have all the respect for history.
Well, these are all historical events.
So you think that was a very great event?
Yeah, it is a historical event of Trinidad and Tobago.
People lost their life. People can't even catch themselves. Businessmen can't even catch themselves. People lost business that up to this they cannot be even open on certain streets.
You are a stranger to history.
Why are you saying that for?
Because you have absolutely no respect for history at all. The people who are here, like you and I, were brought here, as slaves, and slaves is a very vicious thing. They sold people like commodities, a pound of rice, a pound of flour. People sat and watched their mother and their daughters being raped by the slave master. You, of course, would have passed in that because of your light complexion. The slave master would have interfered with you somewhere down the road with some of your parents, so you have a lighter connotation of skin and maybe a little straighter here. So the slave master definitely interfered. So that is basically the history of Trinidad and Tobago is very warped in terms of, and that is part of the social unrest. Because young Africans are not taught anything about Africa and the history and things like that, and who they are. All they know is that they're slaves, and the cow jump over the moon, and the dish run away with the spoon, and it's all nonsense. So we have to reorganize the whole curriculum.
Well, let's get back really fast, because I don't want to keep you back. Let's get back to the current affairs. First of all, with respect to we've been seeing these protests and these people acting up in different constituencies. I would say constituency, but in Port of Spain, just little groups. What have you to say? People are saying that you still have your zest. You know what's your zest? Your zest. You still have your zest. You agree with them?
Well, if you
No, you still have your zest to stand up and fight. You think so?
Well, if you mean zest that I am alive, and yes, I still have zest, yes, of course, I am alive.
You still have a little juice in you?
Yeah, plenty juice.
You feel so?
I have real juice.
Oh, your gas light come on already?
No. I
You feel the gas light come on already?
No, gas light come on
I
yet.
feel the gas light come on already, you know, and I feel you underestimated the distance you could make.
No, I could go at this distance.
You feel you could go back that distance?
Well, it depends.
You feel you're ready for that ride?
Wherever.
But be honest with me, you feel you're ready for that ride up?
Which ride up?
You feel it, no, I just wonder if you feel ready for the ride up now. You know, I hear I know you're talking ride up talk all about the place. You're talking all kind of ride up talk. But I come to ask you if you're really ready for the ride up.
I really have no idea what is rile-up talk. I'm not very good at the ghetto language, you know.
So you feel ghetto language, I come to talk to you with?
Rile-up talk, yeah. What is rile-up
talk,
talk, you know? You definitely not short of vocabulary. I've heard you in the past, so you have a wide vocabulary, so I'm sure you can express your question with a different kind of...
No, I have chosen that word rile-up.
Well, I don't know what is meant by rile-up. Yeah, but in terms of zest, I think I have a little better zest left. Yeah.
I mean, you're making statements. I mean, like you know, you're taking this, you're taking that. You're different now. You're different now.
When I hear that,
no, I know you.
Well, yeah, age just bring reason. Of course, I'm an older man.
No, but you're not look. You look the same. If I sat here 3 times already interviewing you.
You know, I have wives, and they take very good care of their husband.
Well, I need to get some people to take care of me. The way I looking.
No, you're looking good too. You looking good too. I find you looking well good. I see you for a while. I hear you wasn't too well.
No, you're okay. I am okay. I'm fairly okay. I am great.
No,
I am great.
I'm looking well. I see you drawing guns with your partner and shooting people and things. So you're doing more than looking well. You're doing more than looking well.
Yeah, but we draw guns, but I never had a coup. I never made an attempt to destabilize a country.
But you don't have that ability. So.
Why do you have that ability?
Well, because you have not done it. If people just do what they have the capability to do, obviously.
But you think you have the capability to ride up right now? Do you think, let me understand, wood on the ground is, I come to tell him, Imam, that people think that you to an extent, maybe you have a little juice in you and you feel that, watch me, anybody ride up around you like you're just hard enough. You look like you're just hard enough. I don't know why I get the impression like you're hard enough and you want to send a signal.
Hard enough of what?
You're just hard enough. You're hard enough.
Enough of what? If I had enough of what? I am a happily married man. I have, of course, I passed the baton on to my son now. Life is
his son in no way could be like the father, you know. The student can't be like the teacher, you know. No, the student can't be like the teacher.
The student has surpassed the teacher.
You have left a mark in this country, you know. A legacy, you know.
Yeah,
a legacy.
Yeah, that is only has so much you could do against people in terms of oppression after that.
But I think you have oppression right now? Going on, be honest with me, let's talk.
There are communities who are stigmatized. Many of them are stigmatized, and many of them are facing the social inequality in the society. And I think to some extent the Prime Minister addressed that yesterday.
But why did he wait so long? When you went to the meeting with him, why you didn't highlight those things? And you went to meeting with the Prime Minister? Well, and you get $300,000, you get $300,000.
No, that is not true.
So you give me a little something, send a little thing to the show, some kind of thing?
No, that is not true.
You got $300,000.
No,
your organization got $300,000.
No, that is not true. You know I don't lie.
How much you get?
Well, we got $100,000 for hampers, and it cost us more than that. Yeah. So, I mean, your church got a substantial amount also.
My father church, that has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, well, your father is you. You just tell me. If my son is me, your father is you. And you use your father golden boy, so you would have shared in that. But it really, it did help somewhat because there's some people are really in a wretched condition. You know, the poverty is very stark, very real, and we try to do what we can. As a matter of fact, we're owing some people because we were supposed to make 500 hampers and we made about 800 initially.
Wow.
And then we went to the next 200, so that's 1,000. So we owing some of these suppliers and we haven't been able to pay them. But they understood. They, as a matter of fact, some of these suppliers saw what we were doing. They saw that people came here 4 o'clock in the morning. The only time people just get up is when it's Juve morning. So I wonder if Carnival came early this year because people were...
had long lines outside.
Yes, people were outside there from 4 o'clock in the morning. Like Juve morning. This is not a joke. So it is really a serious situation. The Prime Minister did try to...
Are you real supporting the Prime Minister? How come you describe them as gangs? And your lawyer got up. I saw your lawyer got up when you said the word gang. What was that about?
No. One of the reporters said that he made an accusation against some people being gang members.
And he said PNM is it?
No. Take it easy. I'm going to answer you. And I said, ask him for the definition of a gang. I say, if the definition is of a gang, is people who are members and who have committed offenses and are charged before the court, then that would also fall in the category of the UNC, of the PNM, of other political parties, because, well, even more so because they have membership cards. You can't say somebody in Laventille have a membership card. They belong to a gang and they pay in dues. So the definition of a gang would go more to them than it would go to people who live in Laventille or say Silos or Beetham.
But you are standing with
the definition.
But how do you think? How do you describe the way the present administration treated the people in Laventille, Silots and Beetham, the youths and them? How do you describe that? What is your views on that?
Well, I'm not a politician, as you know. I am a religious minister. So, for me to make pronouncements on...
A religious man who could make things happen. Let us not forget that.
Well, by prayer, anything can happen with prayer.
You know. And the barrel of a gun too, go ahead.
You know, things happen by prayer, you know. Prayer is the most powerful weapon. Prayer and love is the most powerful weapons that there are.
You used that in 1990?
No, because you see, in 1990, remember that this was occupied, by the police and the army unlawfully, and we are law-abiding citizens, and we went to the courts, and the courts made pronouncement for them to leave, and they say no, they're not leaving, they're here under badness. When the lawyer came and he spoke to Superintendent Richardson, he said, look, the court said that you should remove from the land. He just watched the lawyer and said, we're here under badness and we're not moving. So that is a very...
But then you are the same person who said that. I remember when John Rahel didn't want to approve the land, he asked him if he has ever seen a hand with a clock with a long hand and a short hand. I don't
know that. No, but a clock has a long hand and a short hand. And I think Mr. Rahal had said that they had to cut off one hand to get the deed. So maybe somebody would have reminded him that it have clocks with a long hand and a short hand.
But currently, the current situation with all this protests and the gangs joining up and
people gangs again.
No, oh God. Why?
Because they could charge you for defamation of character, depending on who you're referring to.
But you know who I'm referring to in general?
Who you're referring to? Just call a name now and see if you're in the court and name one.
I have court clothes. I have court clothes. I have court clothes. You feel you can put me on that right now? I can buy you for money. I can buy you for 300. I get 150 from it.
I could put you in court if you make that statement once again. If you make that statement once again that I put about 300, I will put you in court. But I just told you true that today was 100,000.
Do you see anything happening? Like, I mean, right now the place tense. People concerned about going on. People frustrated. I mean, what really going on?
Well, it seems that this is some social unrest. And I think that based on footage that is available to people, some people got killed with their hands up in the air.
Right.
And people are very...
the Prime Minister calling you?
No. People are very dissatisfied that something has not been done yet. Now, you would bear testimony that internationally, if a police is accused of something, especially with evidence like that, they would suspend them, take away their badge and their gun until the investigation is over. So I think that needs to be done right away. and based on the outcome of the evidence, then they can free them if they want.
How do you describe Gary Griffith's performance as the police commissioner?
Well, horrific. Horrific, based on information that I read on Monday's Guardian.
Yeah.
It said that under his watch, last year was the highest murder rate, and under his watch, the police killings has gone up by 86%. Now that is horrific. That is a disaster results for. If I was Gary Griffith to save my name, I would have retired already. Although it's really only a matter of time before he will be ushered out.
But everybody's saying that Gary Griffith is doing a good job because I mean he took control of the situation on Tuesday, on Wednesday.
No. You to say that you'll have to base because you and him were brandishing guns. You know, when your sister's husband or
you
boyfriend.
coming back with that for?
Well,
you brandish gun and you shoot. Watch me. You take 90 people there. Devine's there. This one there. That one there. Who is that?
You have absolutely no recollection.
I feel going on with you. Yeah. I feel you want to come back. You want to come back. Tell me if you want to come back. Tell me if you want to come back for action. But you feel you want to start something. I feel you want to start something.
I've never gone anywhere.
I feel you want to start something.
I've always been with the poor and the oppressed. I have never left that job. That is the job of religious people, to look after the poor and the oppressed. And of course, religious people, the prophets have established justice on the earth. And since I am in the caravan of religious people, it is my duty also to ensure that justice prevails.
Tell me if you want to come back. Tell me if you want to come back for action. But you feel you want to start something. I feel you want to start something.
I've never gone anywhere.
I feel you want to start something.
I've always been with the poor and the oppressed. I have never left that job. That is the job of religious people, to look after the poor and the oppressed. And of course, religious people, the prophets have established justice on the earth. And since I am in the caravan of religious people, it is my duty also to ensure that justice prevails, especially among the poor and the oppressed. So
do you think that justice is being prevailed for the people currently in Trinidad and Tobago, the poor and the oppressed?
No, definitely not.
You have to come and defend them.
In a way, yes.
Oh, you come out to defend now?
I'm not abdicating my responsibility. I have a responsibility to the poor.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Which I have never abdicated and which I will never abdicate. That is my duty.
Okay.
Yes, as a religious minister, it is my duty to ensure that there is justice, especially for the poor and the oppressed. I have never.
You come out to send a signal. You come out to stand for them and fight for them.
I have never abdicated that way. I come out. I was always out. I never went back in.
But from what I hear, you know, looking at the situation with the poor and the oppressed, never before. I mean, your presence is most needed right now.
Well, if you say so, you're speaking as a friend of the Commissioner of Police, you know.
How you the Commissioner and our friends?
Because I saw both of you brandishing guns together like the Wild West. Yes, and a man died, you know, who was a close relative of yours. So
that is so trivial right now. I come to ask you. That is trivial. It's unfortunate, but you're strained from the point. What I come to ask you, I hear you want to rile up. That's all I come to ask you. So I come to ask you if you're still at the juice, if you're still at the zest, if you're like a man who's driving from San Fernando to Port of Spain, you reach San Fernando, your gas light come on. If you feel you could make it to Port of Spain or Arima. So if you're still at the fuel in it, that's why I come to ask you, you know.
What do you think?
Huh?
What do you think? What do you think?
No, you're still at the fuel.
Yes, I still no doubt that.
No, you had the juice. No, I had to tell you, I had the juice.
No, it's still
Well, you look strong and everything.
You too, yes.
Yeah, you still had the juice.
I told you my wife takes very good care of me, you know.
Well, I don't know, I should. Well, you know.
Yeah, you should. And you could. No, you should.
No, I have never done that.
Never done what? Where now?
No, don't put me no back. I have never done that.
Oh, you never do?
Well, I will leave that right there.
I will leave it right there. We never do. Yeah, but it is a noble thing to have your wives looked after you. You know, that's why I'm looking so well.
You look great. You look good.
But you too. One thing I could say, look, I hear you sick, and like you went and there. I said, I know my partner. I don't come and see what happened to you, and I hear that.
Come and visit me, bring some fruits, bring some little thing from it.
I hear you was very dissatisfied with the treatment and things like that, and I was getting riled up to see that they don't do that to you because you're my partner.
No, good.
Yeah, you're good?
Back now to see you. Let's come in. make sure you're all right and make sure that they tell you don't try nothing and don't do nothing and put yourself in no back and all. I come to warn you, I come to tell you about this is now, God, because you don't know, it might be different times, you know. You can't compare 1990 with 2020, you know. It kind of, you know, now. So I just come to let you know now, you know.
Yes. I think other people would also agree with you that 1990 is different to 2020.
Why? Tell me.
Well, it is different. It's different. The police will tell you that it's different. They saw some things this week that they never expected.
You have never seen that level of confrontation, yeah?
Yeah.
Never before, and I've been honest with you.
Yeah.
Never before police has ever seen that kind of confrontation with civilians. Never. They never had that kind of confrontation.
Not only, but what about the spontaneous?
Yeah.
Bap, 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 bap.
Yeah.
Yeah, spontaneous is the word, yeah? Yeah. Sporadic and spontaneous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like you are the sporadic and them. You have it? You have it?
I don't know.
Put yourself in no trouble. I'm telling you, I'm warning you. Don't put yourself in no trouble. Relax yourself now.
What you consider?
I'm just telling you. Because next thing you want to go and rile up the place and hurt up people head.
What do you consider to be trouble?
Look, election is the 10th, so it's done. The election is the 10th of August.
Ah?
Yeah, they just made an announcement. Look, I bring the
Today?
news. Yeah.
Well, I even know that.
Look, I come and tell you. So every
Who do you think gonna win the election?
I don't know. You see that bacchanal you coming with?
Yeah.
I vote me now bacchanal.
But you have access to privileged information. You just didn't.
That not privilege that all over social media that you just mentioned. He just mentioned the Prime Minister just mentioned in Parliament.
That election.
Yeah, remember today they dissolved. Yeah, they will dissolve Parliament today.
Today?
Yeah, so all your plans squash.
So who you think will win the election?
Imam, oh God,
Imam, oh God.
oh God, Imam, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. What will you feel? You tell me first.
Me, I have no feeling. I unconscious. The only way you could be alive and have have
like
feelings is if you're unconscious. So I unconscious. I have no feelings at all.
Let's just see, because at the end of the day, Imam, people fed up, yeah. People really fed up. People fed up to some extent, and people want a better life now.
It was played out this week, you know, that the people are fed up. And something has to be done. But the Prime Minister did make some pronouncements.
But he made it too late, Imam. He made it too late. Now you have Rasta City and Muslim City joining up and all kind of thing. Yeah, you know that?
No.
Oh Lord, come now, man. Oh God, how do you mean that news?
Good thing you come to.
No God, you feel you can change up my head, yeah?
Look, this thing you know, tell me that you know the election date. That Rasta City join up in Muslim City.
And I know you're trying to come back.
Come back from where?
I'm trying to rile up and rile up things like, you know, hot it up a little bit.
For what? But you just accused me and the Prime Minister of being friends, so why would I want to rile up something?
Yeah, 300,000 was in the man meeting. But it have a letter showing that the man appreciate your presence, all kind of thing. Yeah, you might get to chill a contract and you might be a little thing running.
No.
You get nothing? You get nothing?
Absolutely. In the presence of your TV station, I have not had one single contract.
You so bad?
No, I don't depend on the state to live. You would know that by now.
You have your big school behind and everything, I know.
Well, the school is basically, for 40 years, this school has never received any money whatsoever. And we have 6 doctors from the school, 3 women and 3 men, right?
Wow.
One of them is my daughter. She's a medical doctor in Jamaica. And, well, we have accountants, we have engineers, we have all kinds of things. And right now we have another young man who is in Mona, who's doing medicine, so that would make it 7. And from the school that has never been funded by anybody except January of this year, Mr. Keith Rowley and yes, he is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, my Prime Minister, yes, because I'm a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, and if it changes tomorrow, I'm also, you know, a subject of that Prime Minister.
Right.
So, at the moment, Mr. Rowley is my Prime Minister, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, yeah? And he, for the first time in 40 years, we were able to get an assistance, not to pay the teachers, but an assistance, and it was read out in Parliament, what the 400, 1900 for some small money.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, small as it is, the Patois people, let's say Petit Coignet, you know what is that? Petit Coignet is what in Patois?
Well, small,
as small as it is, don't feel yourself mad up.
As small as it is.
As small as it is. In Patois, Petit Coignet means as small as it is. You are Trinidadian, you know a little Patois? Oh, God.
My grandfather would have known that well.
Yeah, but he had to pass that on to you. Petit Coignet means as small as it is.
As small as it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm glad to see Imam, and I have the utmost respect for you. You're a great guy, you're a good guy, you're a good guy. So I said, look, let me just come down and find out what's going on here and all this thing. You're on every station. You're on every station. People say you're riling up, you want to rile up.
Who is rile up?
You want to rile up, you want to do things. I said, well, let me call you and tell you, well, kind of, cool it now. Don't put yourself in the look how good you're looking, go relax yourself now.
See, that's the problem, you always have a comfort zone. You see, that's the problem with people like you.
People like me, you ever know me to be in a comfort zone?
Yes,
but I'm different, I'm very different. But I am a very different man.
To some extent, I would say that. I have to give you that. Yeah, to some extent, you take position sometimes, you take a stand, and that's a man. A man has to take a position sometimes, and you have done that on several occasions. I admire you for that. Not too many people in society do that. On one occasion, I myself had to take a position based on the rule of law.
But do you think in coming times you'll have to do it again?
No, I don't feel so. Lightning don't strike the same place twice. They strike.
Be out of order, speed.
Wait.
Well, I don't know.
No.
You're good?
No. Yeah, I good.
You're sure you're good?
Well, I'm good in terms of my own health and things like that. In terms of my satisfaction with the society.
If I should ask you a personal question, how old are you now?
Well, this would surprise you, but I will be 80 years in October.
Wow.
Yeah.
You look well.
October, Yes. So that's where we are.
You're a good man. You're a good guy.
Yeah, you too.
And you're my friend.
That's why I entertain you this afternoon.
Let me come and send up your ratings a little bit, Let me come and send up your ratings. Let me make you feel nice a little bit.
No. But I'm glad for the information today that the 10th is election, and also that the Rasta City and the Muslims.
But that's where you're hearing all over. Oh God, don't feel again, no.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
You feel you could hot up my.
No, I really got to hear that. Because I have striven for that. That young people.
Want Rasta City and
young people should unite. Yes, and
unite with one full force.
And
one full force.
MOU. You know what is a MOU? And the abbreviation MOU.
What is?
Memorandum of Understanding. Yeah. But for us, it have a different meaning.
What is?
Mobilize, organize, and unite.
Then the gang will.
Well, I don't know what this is what
mobilize.
Mobilize, organize, and unite.
All right.
Yeah, we need to do that as a people. We need to mobilize ourselves, our talent.
They said the police ready. They said the police ready for any kind of bacchanal, any kind of.
Well, I can't answer.
Careful,
no, but I myself, I myself was a police officer. You know that for 10 years.
I know that.
So I understand the police have a very difficult job. Because they're trying to deal with situations that come down from the failures of politicians many times. So sometimes the police are in a very uncomfortable position, because they reacting to situations that they don't create. Remember, police are not policy makers,
I think it have rogue elements in the police service.
No, I think. Well, I don't know how much, but at the same time, there are many very good police officers. They're good police officers. I myself was a police officer for 10 years. I was a good police officer. I have never had any disciplinary charges or anything. So there are a number of good police, hard-working, good police officers. But like everything else,
the nation could sleep tonight. They could rest because they feel like you're coming back now. They feel you're coming to rile up. So that people send me to find out, and I know you're going to tell me. People send me to
you take a jump, you let me down.
No. Nobody can send me here.
You, as a man with integrity, and you take an informant job, and your realm make
I just want to know.
Gary send you what?
What is this? This thing guy, Gary can send me here.
You make me real shame.
No, I just want to know.
As a man of integrity, and you take an informant job.
I could never be no informer, but I just want to everybody will be happy to know that you're kind of cool and not knowledgeable. You mean no back and because people feel that you want to rile up now.
But that
you have a little juice, a little zest, a little pep. Now, let's say a little pep. You have a little pep and you want to,
I have never lost my juice nor my pep.
Or your sting.
No, my sting. Yeah, I am who I am.
You're sharp. Very charismatic. You have it. You
know what the ice pick said to the razor blade?
What the ice pick
said to razor blade, you're looking real sharp, boy. And razor blade tell ice pick, you have a good point there.
So let me run.
Yeah.
See you again. I wish you all the best, Imam.
Thanks, yeah.
And you're a great guy. And
But
yeah, go ahead.
I'll call you back in 1 minute. Don't take any chain up job.
No, I'm taking no change.
And
Is
don't
there
take,
anything you want to tell the nation before we go in 30 seconds?
yeah, well, I'm glad to know that the election is on the 10th, that your information. I am extremely happy of the news you just gave me
You
that
have no plans again to take over. Go ahead.
that the Rasta city and the Muslim city have no union. I am
No, but
extremely
it's a
happy.
MOU. Is a MOU now?
Yes, MOU for us means mobilize, organize, and unite.
Right.
Yes, that is.
It's a good move.
It's a good move. Yeah, we need to mobilize our talents, our abilities, and whatever is necessary. It's like, you calling me, say, I from the
No,
ghetto.
but I will tell you something before we go. And I said it yesterday on television. Jump high, jump low. Take out this one from myself from the equation. The youths of these areas have been treated badly by government, and they have been treated badly. They've been used.
Government, you can't just say PNM alone.
But okay, but
the government
yeah,
before treated them
but
badly.
right. But if the five, okay,
stigmatize them. Why you think you move and live in that big house in the back there?
what is this? What is the what? I have
You
a
know what I'm telling you?
house.
No, don't listen. Don't lie on TV, right? I don't know if you could find your wife in that size of house where you live in.
Well, boy,
You look
if I have anybody watching right now,
that size of house, how you managing in that size of house? If you want to see your wife, you go take you a
you
couple
got
of
an old door, no kind of things, that mash up place I'm living in.
Yeah, listen, I saw the size of your house in Endeavour. How well, man, like a big house like that, one man, and people have nowhere to live.
People work hard, Imam. People work hard.
Of course,
Imam, you know where I come
And
from,
therefore
Swing TV. You come and visit me. You know where I come from.
No, you deserve.
You know where I
everything
come from.
As anybody,
From nothing. I come from nothing.
No, and I would never say that.
Yeah.
But anybody who work hard,
Yeah.
I enjoy, have a right to enjoy the fruits of their endeavor.
So you have friends in Endeavour? You know people there?
Yes, of course.
You
And
come by the mosque by the corner there?
Yes,
Yeah.
and go up further there, but when you see the size of that house, how you alone go there? How much you have? How much wife you have?
Hey,
you have to
like to make bacchanal.
You have to have about 5 wives to be living in a house at that
You like to
size.
make bacchanal. You like to make bacchanal. You like but you're good. You're good. Everything good with you. No action, no thing, eh?
No, good.
You're good.
Alhamdulillah. Praise be to God.
Yeah, praise be to God.
Yeah, that's
You're a good guy. You're a good guy.
And I got to see you too.
Yeah, glad to see you. Look well. You look
But I
real good.
warn you again, don't take no, don't take that job from guy.
But what job do you think I should take?
Take a job as a defender of the people.
Yeah.
You have always done that. You have always taken a position.
Much respect for you,
You have always taken sometimes an unpopular decision, but a good decision.
Yeah.
And people may dislike you, but a whole lot of people like you.
Once you like me.
No, I like
I
you.
say what you want. Once you are wrong, I say.
No, I good.
No, once you are wrong, I say.
Well, with the amount of money you just be collecting from what you supposed to be saying.
What is this?
How them people just give you all that money and nobody ain't giving me nothing? Why? Listen, I had a look at some banking accounts the other day, and you write up on top, boy. You. I put in here.
So all the best, sir. All right.
All the best.
And we love you, and nice to see you. I think I wish you good health and strength, and God bless you, sir.
Same thing here.
Thanks again.
All the best.
Thank you.
All right. Good.